Hi, everyone. Well, let me get myself all ready here, and we can wait. Wait a minute. Where's Craig? You are watching live What's Happening Coachella Valley and live Traveling with Francoise. I am Francoise Rhodes, your host, because Craig Campbell is nowhere to be found. This week he has been in the middle of protest, driving all over the Coachella Valley, in the process of moving. A little bird told me that one. A lot of things going on in his life, and he decided to take the day off. So good for him. Craig, I know you're back there watching, and hopefully I have the camera and everything all set up. It looked good when I was doing it, so I am doing this solo, kind of, folks. I'm going to condense both shows into one. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Coachella Valley, a little bit about what's happening in travel, and right now I am sitting in a luxury RV at Mike Thompson's RV Superstore in Cathedral City. It is very brisk outside. I think it's about 61 degrees or something. I'm not sure. Very cold for us desert rats. But thank you so much for joining us, or me. There will be an us, though. Cher Lickman, the general manager here at Mike Thompson's, will be joining me shortly to clear up a few misnomers, a little bit of confusion about RV resorts, what's happening at those. I was even confused. I asked around during the week. So it's very interesting what is going on in the RV world, plus travel in general. I actually have some positive stories to tell you about in the world of travel, and some, probably there's always a little bit of negative in the world that we're in right now. So like I say, I cannot see your comments, so I'm sure Craig will be chiming in on some of those. I am sitting in this beautiful luxury RV with leather seats, so I made my notes. The last minute I started changing things around, but this has 2 bathrooms. One has a his and her dual sink. This coach has 3 flat screen TVs that I can see. It is a Tiffin. It has marble floors. It's beautiful, and I could easily live in this. And that's the key to what is happening at the RV resorts across the country. In fact, going out to Borrego Springs, they have the Ocotillo Wells recreational vehicle area where people can ride their ATVs, dune buggies, motor dirt bikes and whatnot. And I see more and more of these beautiful new RVs are out there. They're gorgeous, all different sizes, and these people are really having a great time. They set up the old wagon wheel, the circle of wagons when they would, gather around, and they do this. They make a big circle. They put their cooking, some of their outdoor barbecue stuff right in the middle. They have their flags flying. I notice people are wearing their masks out there. I have my mask right over there, but since I'm solo and Cher's going to be far enough away that I'm not going to put a mask on right here. At the end of the show, I'm going to grab my phone off the stand there and do a walkabout so you can see some of the other RVs, the different sizes, and some of the trailers. So there really is something for everyone. I know growing up we started out in a travel trailer, and then we went to a smaller RV, and I used that to pull a horse trailer and go to horse shows and whatnot, and it really was a lot of fun. What I love about this is the families now are getting out there and getting involved. I have to make sure that I look good here, Okay, hey, what can I say? Because when Cher shows up, she has this really cool vest that I want. I'm just going to take it right off her. But anyway, speaking of, come on in. I was talking about RVs and what is going on, and all our new RVs I see out in Ocotillo Wells. And folks, again, this is a condensed version of live What's Happening Coachella Valley and Traveling with Francoise, because Craig just decided to take the day off. Can you believe he did that to me?
What a guy.
He just did it. Cher, it is Sunday here in the Coachella Valley. I drove up. You already had people on the lot here.
Absolutely.
Do they not even wait till you open? What's going on?
I tell you, lately, Francoise, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Just amazing what's happening in our business right now.
Well, it has to warm your heart in a way, in a lot of ways, because I remember growing up, kind of RVing was sort of the older generation thing to do. Now that I'm going to Borrego all the time, and I see the recreation areas, and I see all the RVs going out there with the fifth wheels and the RVs themselves, the trailers, all different sizes. The families have really jumped into this.
There's an RV for every family and for every age group and for every economic group and for every budget. So we have everything in our facility, from an $11,000 trailer all the way up to this, $500,000 bus.
I was
that
telling
we're
people
sitting in.
about the leather seats. I counted 3 flat screens. I don't know. There's probably one hidden.
Well,
here,
there's
but
4.
I knew it. I knew there was one hidden.
There's one outside.
Dual sinks, 2 bathrooms. I mean,
Right.
it is just so easy to live now. And this was a question share that was coming up that I had to think about, and I asked around because of the pandemic, everything that's going on. People were saying, are RV resorts closed? So I called a few RV resorts, and since RVs are considered essential because so many people
Right.
live in them, the resorts and now the state park campgrounds, no, you can't RV overnight in those. But all the resorts, they are open.
Absolutely, and almost filled to capacity.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Yes, they are. Right now, I was at Outdoor Resorts Indio the other night. We led the golf cart parade
Oh,
with the little RV decorated, and they
Yeah.
wanted us to lead the parade. It's just one of the events that we put on at the local resorts here, and they were at 79%, and that's only because a lot of people have already flown home for Christmas. So, and those are resorts where people own their own spot,
Mhm.
but also rentals. So a lot of rentals were in there. The Canadians haven't really come yet,
Right.
but we have had a lot of winter visitors are here in town. Where the parks are at about 80% right now.
Are they trading in and moving up a lot of your customers? I know you have so many. Percentage-wise, how many new customers do you think you've had since all this started? Because people realized that they could go out safely in their own RV and see the world and social distance and do everything they had to do. How has that percentage jumped first-time buyers?
First-time buyers, I would say, has been well over 50% of our customers have been first-time buyers, and not experienced, not really knowledgeable about the industry. So it's been kind of a whole new way of doing business, because now we're not only just selling them the RV that they have already decided they want, we're actually educating them on how to buy an RV, on what they want and what their needs are, depending on how they travel, who they travel with. But yeah, Francois, the only the only safe way to travel and socially distance is in an RV. And so it's become so popular that a lot of the national and state campgrounds are starting to put in better. They've already made an announcement. I just read an article a couple of days ago. They're going to start improving the infrastructure. They're going to start putting in more sewer hookups, more electric hookups. There's going to be a whole lot bigger spaces. So a lot of these campgrounds have been limited to 30 feet in the past. Now they're going to go much larger, because the way of the world is to go bigger, as you can see.
Big.
Go bigger, go home.
Do you find that some people, and it might make you cringe, I mean, it has to make you cringe a little bit. They've never driven an RV. They've never been on an RV road trip, but yet they want to come in and buy the largest model that you have. What do you say? Because you don't want to talk them out of it, but you want to be realistic with them, because you want them to have a good time.
Right, and so what we do to make sure that we're doing the proper thing for the people is we say, let's take it on a test drive, and let's make sure you're comfortable driving it before we do any documents or make any decision, And what's interesting is that a couple of very wealthy people here in the valley decided that they wanted just to get out, and they knew RVing was the only way to go, so they thought they would buy a 37-foot diesel pusher, and they did. 2 months later, they're back, and they have a 45-foot bus, very similar to this, different colors,
45 feet.
same 45 OPP, same floor plan as this, but just a little more of an upgraded version. This is a 2020, theirs is a 2021, and they customized a few things on it. It's coming down the pike, and they're going to have it in January. So 4 months later, from 37 to 45, and neither of them had ever driven an RV before in their lives. So this is what the craziness of this world is. But it's just delightful to be able to be in a position to help those customers find, the RV of their dreams, and help them to get that availability to travel, be with the ones they love. and still be safe and social distance.
See the world.
And see the world in an RV.
Yeah,
or see the country.
See the country in
It's
an
more,
RV.
yeah, it's in the, and remember, in the Go RVing, Francois, just
Yeah.
so you know, Go RVing is a huge RVIA dealer, Recreational Vehicle Industry Association. The Recreational Vehicle Industry Association is now promoting and doing a lot of advertising on behalf of the RV industry. So it has really just exploded exponentially, and right now we are about at 400% of where we were at this time last year.
You
So
should see her wall of buyers, and it's crazy. Your whole wall, because all dealerships, all businesses have charts that they keep.
right,
So
we
everyone
call
has
it
to
our
keep
board.
Your board, and your board is. You need a lot more boards.
I need
You
bigger
need a whole
boards.
office of boards.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to talk about, because for traveling, and I noticed that a lot of the younger families want to take those ATVs, they want to take those toys. And I see a lot of fifth wheels out there with the back ends that are made for hauling things.
Right, they have ramps.
Okay, ramps. I don't know all the technical terms, so that's why Cher's here. And folks, this is
Right.
Cher Lickman. She's the general manager of Mike Thompson's RV Superstore here in Cathedral City.
Right.
So how much, because it has to take away from the inside of these fifth wheels when they put these cargo areas in the back. So then there's a line for those out there that are thinking of buying one. What are they giving up to have that cargo area? Are they giving up more than space, or?
Actually, yes and no. So, no, because these big fifth wheels are 43, 44 feet long, Francois. So, what are you, let's say you were going to go buy one without a toy hauler on the back of it, you're probably going to buy something about 30 some feet because you don't need the extra space. So you have 30 some feet of living area, and the biggest garage that's out there is 18 feet, but the majority of them are between 10 and 12 feet. So you have 10 to 12 feet of garage for your toys. But also remember, folks, when you take your toys out and put them outside and go to play, that is availability of a play pen for the kids. That is, it's got beds in there, it's got sofas in there,
really?
it's got TVs. Oh yeah, so
I
it's a
didn't know
living
that.
space as well. And yeah, I should show you one when we do our walkabout today.
Yes, because I would like to see the back end of
There
one of
you
those
go.
toy haulers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone can see. Because I know there's a lot of you out there that are still a little nervous. You're not sure which size, which direction. You really want to go to a lot that the employees are very knowledgeable and very helpful, and they come up and talk to you as a person, not just as a buyer.
Our definition,
Yeah.
Francois, of customer delight.
Yeah.
And we provide that. We
Yeah.
do. We're not like some of the other dealerships in town and in other towns around us where they, snoot their nose at you, and if you're not there to buy a $600,000 vehicle, they're not interested in talking to you.
Yeah.
No, we're not that. We are very, very, my employees, my sales staff is very customer friendly. They just love, our whole culture is, we just love to be able to educate you and help you find one of your dreams. And that's what we're here for.
So important. Remember that. If you go anywhere, and they come up to you and they start giving you the hustle or pushing you and making you feel uncomfortable, leave.
And come here.
Yeah.
And I promise
Right.
you'll be delighted at the way we treat you. We treat our customers like kings and queens, and we do. And we're just there for them, and we realize this is not about us, it's about them.
Yeah.
And it's really going to be their home,
It's a big
away from
investment.
home, and it's a huge investment. And there's no pressure to buy the first time around. We have people that come here for 6 months before they finally make a decision about what and we're just patient, and we know that if we provide our customers with that kind of service and that kind of respect, that they'll be back.
And they're going to
And-
have a good time. They're
and-
going to love their
and
RV.
they're gonna have
Do you
a
get a lot
ball.
of calls of people that are on the road going, we're not sure how to do
Yes.
this, or how to
Yes.
turn this on, or how to turn
Yes.
this up? I
Yes.
bet you do. Yeah.
Nothing in my coach is working. What have I done wrong? Oh, better check your battery disconnect. Maybe your batteries aren't on, right?
Oh,
So there's typically there's a simple engine. And we give a 2-hour orientation to each buyer, train them for a minimum of 2 hours, and something of this caliber,
Right.
we would train them for 3 or 4 hours, and also give them a test drive. But we also they leave here with phone numbers of knowing who to contact
good.
when they need help. And so we really are 24/7, 365. We are here for you. If you buy a coach or you buy a trailer, you buy an RV, you buy a motorhome, whatever it is that you buy, we are here to help you. And if you're stuck on something and you can't make it work, just come back over. Just come back over. And we have an orientation specialist, and we have technicians that can train you and teach you how to do it the right way.
Love to hear it, Cher.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you go back into the office. I'm going to talk a little bit about some things that are happening here in the Coachella Valley, a little bit of travel news. So, and then I'm going to grab the phone off of there, and what do you want me to wave, yell? What do you want me to do so we can walk around and look at a few units? So I would really like people to see the toy hauler, the back of a toy hauler.
Of course,
Because I don't think
this is toy hauler season after all.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they had beds and stuff, whatnot. So maybe somebody can drop the back of one if you have one.
Absolutely, we have one open.
Okay, good.
Right behind us here. We
All
have one
right,
open.
perfect.
We have some with patios, some attached to the patios attached to the garage, so you can also use it as like a little cocktail area. Or,
There you go.
So I'm here for you when you're
All
finished.
right.
Just step outside and I'll keep an eye and come join you.
Give about 10 minutes. How's that?
Very great.
All right, and I want that vest. Yeah.
It's yours.
It's best. All right, everybody. I'm Francoise Rhodes, and I'm filling in for Craig Campbell, who is, I think, just kicking back, relaxing. He needed a day off for Live What's Happening Coachella Valley, so I've combined both shows. And we are getting closer to Christmas, so maybe this is the perfect Christmas present for you. Like I say, I get inspired because I see all these people on the road when I'm going to Borrego Springs for work, and it just makes me want to relive my RV days. Now, here in the Coachella Valley, what is happening? Because I know we have some of you from all over the world, and of course, a lot of you are right here in the Coachella Valley. Well, there is certainly the mandates going on now, and there are. It's really all about choices. That's where I'm going with that part of it. It's about choices. If you want to get out and participate in what's out there, it's your choice. If you do not, it's your choice. That's all I'm going to say, because that's frankly the way I feel. All right, let's see. Living Desert, we talked about this last week. Wild Lights, they did cancel. And so I guess those of you who bought tickets, you're getting a refund on those tickets. So all the museums are pretty well closed that I know of. I don't know of any that is open. There is a lot of virtual going on. Sunnylands, I think I drove by there the other day, closed. Again, Living Desert, no Wild Lights, which is, I love Wild Lights. But there are some amazing lights out there in the Coachella Valley. Areas in Cathedral City and whatnot where the homeowners have just done it up right. And go for a drive at night. Go over to the Marriott, the La Quinta Resort. Look at the beautiful decorated trees. That always gets me into the holiday spirit. I know trees are being, tree lots are selling out. Stamps are selling out. People are mailing out Christmas cards and packages and whatnot. And they say that the shipping dates, normally we have a little bit closer time to Christmas to get those items shipped, those gifts shipped, that they are there in time for Christmas. They're saying now that actually cutoff date is going to be a couple days sooner because there's such an overload of shipping going on. People are not going to visit, they're just shipping everything. So keep that in mind. Don't wait till the last minute. Give yourself a couple extra days to ship those Christmas presents to whoever you're shipping them to, so they get there on time. But I'm kind of one of those, so if it's a day or so late, that's okay. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. But if you really want to be right there, get them shipped. So again, Wild Lights, they are closed. Let's see, Johnny Johannes. Actually, Johnny Costa's. They did have the patio seating and whatnot. I'm not sure what Johnny Costas is doing, but I do know what Johannes is doing. Johannes is doing curbside takeout delivery. I'm sure Johnny Costas is doing the same thing, but Johannes has takeout, curbside delivery, and they are doing some prefixed Christmas dinners at Johannes in Palm Springs. So they are open Wednesday through Sunday, 5 to 9. Call and place your order, do it online, however you want to do it. And they do have a Christmas special dinner coming up. So check it out. You can give them a call, pre-order for Christmas at 760-778-0017. That's Johannes in Palm Springs. He has really done a great job through all of this, keeping his employees safe and employed however he can, figuring it out like everyone else. So take advantage of a Christmas meal cooked by someone else. Yeah, I don't know. Works for me. There you go. So Johannes in Palm Springs. Now, as far as the world of travel goes, see, this is what happens when I don't bring extra paper. I rip off half of it to make notes so I could tell you about this beautiful Tiffin RV that I'm sitting in. But I do have some notes here that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. Now, there's a big word out there in the RV world that's been around for a long time, but you're going to hear it more and more. It's called boondockers, which actually boondockers are dry campers as well. They go out in the middle of nowhere. They have no hookups, no water, no electricity, nothing. They're all self-contained, and they just live out of their campsite. And that is called boondocking. And I get a lot of that in Borrego because the state park will not take overnight campers. None of the state parks that I know of, in fact, that was part of the shutdown, that you cannot have overnight camping with RVers and campsites and whatnot. But the boondockers who go out in areas where there's a lot of areas that you are allowed to go out in and just set up your little homestead there and go for it, that is why more and more people are turning to self-contained RVs. I met a gal from New Mexico who stopped by the chamber the other day. She's just traveling around in her, I think it was 32 foot RV. It was really nice. In fact, very comfortable. I went and looked at it, and she said, Francois, I'm just traveling around, seeing different places, minding my own business with my 2 dogs, and seeing the United States. So she was going to hang out in Borrego for about a week or so. So very cool. So boondocking, remember that term, and remember that RV resorts, they are all open, but make your plans in advance. All right, Volkswagen. I take my car and the oil light keeps coming on now. You know, change and 200 miles change and whatever. So I need to go get the oil and all that changed, and I will be going over to VW of Palm Springs, and they have a new electric SUV that is arriving soon. I cannot wait to see it. It looks very, very cool because I'm kind of thinking about trading mine in now. I've had my car about 4 years, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to go over there. I'm going to check it out. So it is it's called VW ID.4 electric SUV, arriving soon. It is an EV for everyone. So again, check it out at VW of Palm Springs. So in travel, I'm going to go on a little bit more positive note. Everything I have on my list here is pretty positive, I think. Yes. I mean, we can all take a negative out of everything, but I'm going to choose to go in a positive direction. Are you a video gamer? Do you love video games? Yes. Me, I play a few, but not a whole lot. I play them on my computer. I don't like messing with them on my phone. But for those of you that are big video gamers, the top 10 U.S. city for gaming fanatics, they are, all right, Westfield in New Jersey and Malvern in Pennsylvania. They take the top spots with a huge 114 gaming facilities within reach of the area. So, New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania also takes the 2nd and 3rd place, crowning the region an arcade haven. So there are gaming fanatics out there. I'm sure they are social distancing you. They're spreading the machines apart, probably shutting a couple down in between people. Cleansing. I think I would be wearing plastic gloves though if I was in a place like that. I might just do that. Now in California takes 4 out of the 10 top spots with Harbor City, Millbrae, Santa Fe Springs, and El Segundo. So if you're into gaming, check out those places in California: Harbor City, Millbrae, Santa Fe Springs, and El Segundo. So might be, worth a little drive out there to check it out. All right, United Airlines is investing in carbon capture technology. Of course, we're talking about climate change constantly. Actually, our air quality since the pandemic started has probably been the best. I think it has been the best on record in Los Angeles. Just saying. Yeah. But anyway, United Airlines, the carrier, is making a multi-million-dollar investment into technology that removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So good on them. Congratulations, United. Delta and United are going to eliminate change fees on international travel. I was talking about it last week over Thanksgiving. Ugh, not good. It was only 5% less travel than the year before. I hear ya, but now, of course, you know what's going on. Anyway, so the permanent no change fee rule applies to all tickets for travel originating in North America to anywhere in the world. So just remember that from United and Delta. Delta is testing a second Europe route where flyers can bypass quarantine with tests. The service will be on select flights from Atlanta to Amsterdam. So they're trying to think, I don't know, it's going to be interesting how the travel as far as cruises and air adapts to all this. Some airlines are saying you won't be allowed on unless you've had a vaccine. So I don't know, are we going to be card carrying vaccine? I don't know. It will be interesting because there's, of course, going to be those that are not going to take the vaccine and have their rights also. So again, that's a whole other can of worms that we won't get into, but we'll see how the travel industry adapts to all these changes and ideas, and a lot of them are ideas that are probably going to be implemented and then dropped because they just don't work. We're talking about millions of people, not just 100 or 200. So, and that's a lot of adapting and a lot of changes. So we shall see. All right, remember the test cruises that I talked about on Royal Caribbean? To go to that website and sign up for a test cruise because they're trying to see how they can monitor the cruise lines, people with monitor the virus, people coming on board. Have they had a vaccine? Have they not had a vaccine? Anyway, they had more than 150,000 people sign up for the test cruises. So I think they have enough people. My name's in the mix there somewhere. We'll see. All right, Royal Caribbean also to continue Asia cruises after passengers' fourth negative test. Singapore Ministry of Health said that a fourth and final test on a passenger confirmed that he did not have COVID-19. They were going to shut down the whole cruise industry. How a person tested positive once and negative the rest of the time, they're not really sure, but they were ready to make some serious changes. But they waited, and this person did not have COVID. So they're resuming their operation as they had planned. Again, this is such a huge learning experience for everyone out there. Norwegian is looking into COVID-19 vaccine requirement. They say that they are studying the legality of some sort of immunity passport. Will this be legal? Can they do this? Again, it's all a learning process. We'll see as all this goes on. And Embark, the company Embark, they will help clients get a second passport. Now, clients can use the agency's dual citizenship program to obtain citizenship and a second passport for 15 EU countries based on ancestral heritage. So, like my brother was born in France, and then he came here. I was born here in the United States. So my brother technically has a dual citizenship, but I don't think that he kept it up. So for those people out there that can have dual citizenships, you know who I'm talking to. All of you out there are thinking, I think I can. Well, you can find out by the company Embark, E-M-B-A-R-K, like Embark, very simple. Check it out, go to their website, and they're going to help people handle that dual citizenship process, and I'm sure it is quite a process. All right, and suppliers are upping their luxury games. Companies like Backroads are looking to meet the demands of post-pandemic travelers interested in privacy and safety of higher-end accommodations over a bargain. So there's a whole group of people out there, travelers who want high-end and safe versus all the bargains that are out there. And as I said earlier, there are a lot of bargains out there. It's just up to you whether you want to take advantage of them or not. Las Vegas, everywhere I look, frankly, I'm getting deals coming at me from all directions because a lot of them, frankly, just not sure what I do with traveling with Francoise, or my name has somehow got on a list of a list of a list, and so I get deals coming in all directions. But again, do a little research out there, figure out where you want to go, and then do the research and see what kind of bargains they have there. If there's a favorite hotel or a dream hotel that you've never been to, you want to go, now might be the perfect time to actually go on out there and see what kind of bargains that they have. All right, on that note, I think it's time for us to do a walkabout. Before we do, I want to thank all the sponsors of Traveling with Francois, of course, Mike Thompson's RV Superstore here in Cathedral City, Bruce Titus BW at Palm Springs, Indian Ridge Country Club, Diane Williams and Associates, A1 Custom Golf Cars, ACT Tours, let's see, Dana Wharf Whale Watching. You can go out there on a boat, and everybody's all separated out there in this beautiful fresh air, so take advantage of it. A great reason to drive out to Dana Point. Cabot's Pueblo Museum, which they are closed right now. Johannes Restaurant in Palm Springs. Remember, order your Christmas dinner to go. Arc Attire. I think I covered everybody. I'm going to leave my notes here and grab my phone, so bear with me as I take my phone off the camera stand there. Craig, I hope you are enjoying your time relaxing at home, because frankly you've done the show for me a couple times, so it works both ways. You needed a break, buddy. You're doing such a great job out there with what's going on in the Coachella Valley. So anyway, all right, I am going to stand up. This will be the last you'll see of me, but you will hear from me because I actually want you to see what we're looking at, not look at me and Cher. You'll hear Cher's voice, my voice. You'll hear me sign off, but right now I'm going to take my phone off the camera stand, and we're going to do a walkabout here at Mike Thompson's RV Superstore. So there you go. There's the have it. Hopefully I won't fall. Hi, William. Hi, Richard. Now I can actually see your. I might be walking a little fast because I'm going to go down the steps here. Here we go. Where did Cher go? Cher was out here somewhere. Okay. Oh, there she is. You can see Cher. So let's go look at the toy hauler. Yes. So go right ahead. Absolutely. We will look at these. Aren't they?
So this is
okay.
This is a very large 42 foot, 43 foot.
Okay.
It's actually called a 397 TH, and it's about 43 feet long. Includes the garage section. Pardon me. Frog in my throat, and then the patio.
Okay, so let's look at the. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this.
So this one would be a top of the line, a Momentum by Grand Design.
Okay, this
it's
one right here.
Top of the line in a fifth wheel toy hauler.
All right.
That one happens to be a pre-owned 2017. So
okay. Wow.
We do have new as well as used.
As used.
Yeah. So and then here.
Look at this. This is like an apartment.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go inside.
So this is the patio, but we'll go inside.
Look at
I'll show you the garage. First, I'll show you the
now,
living quarters.
you know what? I could really see how this can work for a family with kids and stuff. I mean, this is
awesome.
so
it's a
versatile.
Playroom. Yes.
Okay. Whoop.
And they can even use it now that they're schooling. You know, this whole area can be used as a little classroom for them. You know.
Okay.
For a lot of people are homeschooling these days
wow.
in the days of COVID. So
okay.
as you see, Francois, this here is what we call a double electric bed. So these beds are electric. You just touch a button and it comes down out of the ceiling.
Huh.
And then this one here either folds out and makes a sofa, as does this one, or you can leave them flat and it becomes a big bed.
So here's where I was so wrong, because I didn't realize that this cargo area has lights, heating. I mean, it's an extra air conditioning, flat screen television.
Flat screen TV.
Huh.
And
look at this nice
it's
bed.
a bathroom.
And it's, oh my gosh. Okay, so they have really learned how to use every space available in these. And look at this. Look how large this is.
Use of space. A very effective use.
This is fantastic.
And then you've got your own little door if you want to shut the kids out or shut off the smell of the gasoline. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Typically, because you know people have their toys. There's
right. There are toys. Yes.
You can close off the living area. And this blocks that.
Okay, so.
But as you can see,
I love the floors.
Nice.
Look at the floors.
Steel. The floors are great.
Very cool.
No carpet, which is wonderful.
Well, yeah, because I'm seeing these people with their toys out in the middle of the desert,
right.
And
But still, you've got.
I mean, you have all the amenities, but I like the fact that you don't. Yeah. You're not worried about getting some dirt, because you're going to get some dirt in. Look at this tile.
And this is made to, for that. And it's really nice.
Sure.
This year they've come out with a lot of the, going away from wood, painted with the gray and the silver. It really just looks
And you
elegant.
have sink.
And then you've got sofa here.
Oh.
This is actually a two theater seating, so this has heat, vibration, a place to plug in your toys and your iPads and your all of that. And look at the size of this refrigerator. Look at the size of this TV.
Oh my gosh. And a fireplace.
And a fireplace.
I'm sold. Now, Cher, what does something like this new run? And there's a bedroom up front, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and another bath. We have
Yes.
2 bathrooms.
Yes,
Okay.
bath and a half.
So what would a unit like this?
These are going to list in the 70-ish.
Oh, here we
Now,
go.
depending on the manufacturer, so you can buy something along these lines brand new in the 50s and 60s,
Okay.
and in this quality. In the higher level, like the Momentum by Grand Design, you're going to actually be $100,000 on this sticker and buying it somewhere in the high, 70s to mid 80s.
So again, like anything that we buy, the more luxury, the more cost. I mean, that's just, yeah. But look at how comfortable,
Yeah, look at the
as I'm
closet
zipping around too
space,
fast, yeah.
Great closet space.
I love this. I love the versatility of it. I mean, I think it's fantastic. All right, let's follow Cher out. And where are we going next?
Well, if you'd like to see another toy hauler, would you like to see some other class?
Let's see one of the RVs, the middle size, like that white one that's right over there. That's more of a.
Class C.
Is that what that is? Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, so here are the gigantic, beautiful RVs here, gorgeous. 5th wheels here. So the Class C, the Sunseeker, yes. Let's look at one of those because that's what size does that run?
Okay, this one here is the smallest one that we sell, and it's called a 22.
Well, it looks large to me.
Well, it's 24 feet. It's called
Okay.
a 2250 LED.
Okay.
And it's 24 feet from end to end. As you see when we step inside.
We are doing a walkabout for those of you that are just joining. I've combined the shows. Craig's taking the day off, so it's live what's happening in Coachella Valley and traveling with Francoise. We're doing a walkabout now at Mike Thompson's RV Superstore in Cathedral City. And joining us for this is Cher. Hey, Cher, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Cher Lickman, she is the general
Hi,
manager.
everybody. Happy to be back with you, Francoise.
Yeah, it's always fun to come on over here and show people what's going on. So
this is a big overhead bunk bed that's almost a king size.
television.
Yes, huge TV.
Television. What do these TVs work up? Do they work up the battery, the generator? Battery. Okay.
On batteries.
Okay.
And there is also a generator.
Okay.
To work other things. Then you've got a big refrigerator, a nice closet, lots of cabinets.
This makes it into a
And
bed,
then
right?
This is a queen island bed. So what gives you this space to walk around your bed?
I'm coming.
Okay, got it.
I'm coming. I'm a little slow here. I'm looking at everything. I forget I have a camera in my hand. Okay, here we
There
go.
you go. So this is a slide out. So when this comes in, this bed folds up, and you go down the road, obviously, with your slide in. So, but when you get to the campground, the push of a button, your bed slides out, and this becomes an island queen.
Oh,
So
all right.
it's got one little slide out.
Yep.
Nice sized bathroom.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Very cool.
Walk-in shower.
Really bright too. I
All
like
of
how
the
bright
amenities,
these all the
everything you need for
sink right there.
just like being at home. And they are fully self-contained, Francois. So this
This
means
is-
they're tax deductible. So you can
Oh,
deduct the
I didn't
payment
know that.
just as if it were a mortgage.
I did not know that. In fact, the
Yes.
person I met in Borrego, she's from New Mexico and she's driving around in an RV about this size, her and her 2 dogs, and she is just loving it. She's seeing the world.
Lots of people do. Yeah, they have a lot of nice appointments and upgrades, even a built-in charging station for your phone right here as you enter.
Oh,
So-
okay.
And solar adaptable. So right here, you can just put a portable attach here, a portable solar panel, and keep your batteries charged so that you're never without power.
All
of course,
right.
a huge electric awning.
Yes. And some of them have little barbecue areas that
Oh yes.
open off to the side. Oh. It's here I'm missing.
It's just the touch of a button.
Touch a button. Sunseeker. All right. Well, Cher, thank you so much for having us over. It's always fun to keep everybody updated. Look at that view, folks. Now, is that a very cool view? You just walk down the green carpet. You take your pick of whatever you want over here at Mike Thompson's. You have a great day.
And look at the mountains in the background.
It's a little chill in the air. It's perfect December. Christmas is here. If you're thinking of the perfect Christmas present for you and your entire family, get yourself an RV or fifth wheel or whatever. Come on over.
Get out there in the campgrounds of life and enjoy this beautiful country and the wide open spaces that are available to you.
All right, folks. Cher, thanks again.
Oh, and come see us at Mike Thompson RV in Cathedral City.
All right, everyone. You have a fantastic day, a great week. We will get by all of this. Stay safe, healthy, and remember, it's never too late to get a life. See you next time. And Craig, thanks so much. All right, bye, everyone.